Tonight, we are continually tracking that breaking news out of Minneapolis after a federal immigration officer shot and killed a man earlier today, just about a mile away from where Renee Good was killed a few weeks ago. We do want to play video of this encounter from today. We do warn you this video is graphic. Now, DHS says that the man was armed and that an investigation is ongoing. NewsNation is working to gather verified information showing different angles of the shooting. In one, you can see a man who was shot had a phone in his hand, but no videos appear to show him with a weapon drawn. We are working on gathering more videos, more eyewitness accounts to give you the fullest view of the shooting. This is still very much under investigation. More details expected to come out. Well, Democratic Senators Chris Murphy from Connecticut taking to X saying that ICE must leave Minneapolis and that Congress should not fund this version of ICE. Well, Homeland Security Advisor Stephen Miller responding to that very tweet saying the man was an assassin trying to murder federal agents. Discourse just like this happening across social media tonight as people in Minneapolis are taking to the streets right now to protest against ICE. The Minnesota National Guard helping local police as the protests only continue to grow despite -6 degrees there tonight. For more, we do want to bring in Tracy Walder, NewsNation national security contributor, former CIA officer, FBI special agent. Tracy, I so appreciate you joining us on this, and I want to jump right in. I want to start with your take on this video, because we're seeing these very conflicting reports right now on what happened here. We see DHS saying that the officers fired defensive shots, that the man was armed with a handgun. We see the Minneapolis police chief confirming he was a lawful gun owner with a permit to carry. We do not have it confirmed at this time whether or not he was holding the weapon, if it was concealed. Homeland Security Advisor Stephen Miller calling this man an assassin trying to murder federal agents we were seeing just a moment ago. What do you see in this video? Did this warrant lethal force?
Well, thank you so much for having me, Natasha. And again, I can only go off of the videos that we have and that have been verified. So that's where I'm going to bring my opinion from. In my opinion, just based on what I have seen, I do not see the victim reaching for his weapon in any way. It sounds like he was a legal gun owner and that he was allowed to have a concealed weapon. The other thing about the state of Minnesota is that they do have a duty to inform that you are carrying, but only if you are asked. So he actually did not have a duty to inform them, that he had this weapon. So taking all of that into consideration, I do not feel that lethal force was justified here. But again, that is only based on the video that I can see.
A lot of Americans interested in this topic in particular. Does just having a weapon, is having it enough for it to be perceived as a threat? We see Kristi Noem saying he arrived with the intention to inflict maximum damage and kill law enforcement. We still don't know exactly what happened when he was on the ground there, to your point. But what is the gradient, even if it's not taken out? Is it reasonable to assume because someone has it, they might use it?
So the short answer, Natasha, is no. Now, if Homeland Security has some kind of intelligence, based off of his social media, maybe they were following him. Obviously, we don't know any of that, that he was going to commit a crime with this weapon. Okay, sure, I could see that. But in this case, we don't have that. So simply having a legal weapon on you does not necessarily warrant lethal force. Now, again, had he gone for that weapon or tried to draw that weapon, then yes, obviously that would warrant lethal force in this case. But simply having the weapon doesn't imply intent in this situation.
And walk us through what you see here. Is there any moment in this video and in the videos you've analyzed where he is not in compliance with ICE officers?
So again, I can just go based off the videos. It seems to me, in fact, they seem to have said something to him to back up, and he actually does. They then do pepper spray him. So they were using non-lethal force to try to subdue him. And if he was being violent, then that would be appropriate, obviously, in that case. It looks to me like he did comply with their demands. And in fact, it doesn't necessarily look that he's even trying to get up. In my opinion, he may have just been in pain from the pepper spray. Anyone that's been sprayed by that does know it hurts quite a bit.
So, what does this mean then? Would you recommend Americans who even have concealed weapons permits or carry permits just not carry their weapons in this country anymore? Is it not safe to walk around with a weapon in a protest environment or in Minneapolis?
I don't think that that is a good assumption. I think everyone has a right to bear arms. We have the Second Amendment in this country. And if you have those weapons in legal accordance with your state laws, I don't think that there is any reason that someone shouldn't have that. I know there's a lot being discussed regarding his judgment, bringing a concealed weapon to a protest. But the fact of the matter is we do have that right to peacefully protest in this country and to carry a concealed handgun in the state that he was in. And so I wouldn't say that individuals shouldn't carry weapons. That's again their choice. And if they're doing so lawfully, then they're welcome to do so.
Tracy Walder, always appreciate the analysis and the time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Natasha.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.